Hello, everyone. We're going to switch it up a little bit and we're going to talk about currency, specifically the US $1 bill WebPress Fed notes. And first of all, WebPress was an experimental way of producing the notes. It was at the time meant to be a quicker way of producing the notes to where it just doesn't print one side and you have to flip the sheet over, print another side and another printing on top of that, and it just became a process that took 3 to 4 times longer than a web press. WebPress is exactly that. It's a roll fed sheet that's continuous that prints on both sides, as opposed to the standard 32 note subject sheets, which printed one side and it'll print the first printing, the second printing, the third printing, the back. It was a continuous process, a lot of manual work that needed to be done to make sure that the notes were printed correctly. So that's what the web test sheets, the experimentals, was intended for. The only problem is it got a little bit expensive and the quality was not that good. As you can see on this dollar bill that we're so used to seeing, you'll notice that it's a little spotty in areas. The inking isn't as tight as on today's dollar bills where it's very vibrant. So we're going to take a look at how you could distinguish one type of note to a web press note. The first way to tell is that it's either going to be a 1988A, a 1993, or a 1995 series note. It's not going to be any other series of notes. So it's not going to be, say, a 99 or a 2001 or a 1985. It's only an 88A, a 93, and a 95. So on the reverse of the note, as you can see, I highlighted a few areas. I actually circled them. The web press note will be on the top. As you can see, the positioning of the backplate number is going to be to the right of In God We Trust. On the non-web press note, it'll actually be located to the bottom right-hand corner of the E in 1. Two completely different locations. This is going to be your best bet, your best diagnostic to differentiate a web press note to a traditional dollar bill, which is only worth $1. Now let's talk about how much you could sell these for. As I prefaced the original photo with the star note, that note is actually an incredibly rare Atlanta star note web press experimental. They weren't supposed to exist, so that's kind of a bad example of trying to determine value on just a regular web press note. Web press notes, if they're pulled out of circulation, they're still in decent shape, which means they don't have holes and tears. They're a note that you could traditionally sell online for between $5 and $10. So you do make a few dollars off of them. The higher graded examples sell between $50 and $100. And of course, if you had examples like the Star Note Atlanta web press note, the last few examples have sold close to $2,000 in really nice shape. Now we're talking uncirculated, but that's one of those notes that's kind of like a unicorn in the hobby. There's just not a lot of them out there, if any. So that is an explanation of what web press notes are. They are very findable in circulation. If you were to go through a few $100s in dollar bills, you would have a pretty good chance of finding one. I know I found a good share of them. Not so much. The longer you wait, the more notes that get produced, the lesser chance you're going to have of finding one in circulation. But nonetheless, they're out there. Please use the photo guide I provided for the reverse diagnostics to finding that web press note. Thank you guys again for watching. Hope this was entertaining and educational for you. It just gives you another thing to search for when you're looking at pocket change, right guys? So you guys have a wonderful week and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.